Hello. So it's me again. So I did a little bit more research than last time. What I found out is that this is not a horror visual novel as I thought, as I expected. I did a little bit more research. I searched it up like literally right after I started playing last time. Even though it's been a couple days, so I don't really remember much of what happened. All I remember is that I play as a the character you play as is he's a son of a rich person, of a rich man, a wealthy businessman. I live by myself. I have a lot of money. I've been kidnapped by this girl. I forgot her name. I know her family name. Her surname is Huang. So basically, the premise is that this is more of a, I guess, in my opinion, the way how when I read the synopsis, is more of like a psychological thing, a psychological type visual novel. I know there is elements of violence, there is blood and there is gore. Of course, there's a little bit of swear words, so please excuse my language if I do speak in a provocative manner. I think that's the right word I'm looking for. But anyways, again, even though when I even watched the trailer for it, all I knew is that this girl, I guess she's the main girl. She's supposed to be best girl, and then this girl, I don't know. I found out that they are not the same person. She's not the younger, she's not the older person. They are two completely different persons, or that's what I got from the take of it. So yeah, so let's go and start again. Remember, this is visual novel Light in the Dark. It's just a demo. I think I'm on day 2 if I remember. We're just gonna continue. I don't know if I should load it. Okay, yep, day 2, Silence Girl. I already saved, so I know that. So I'm just gonna hit next and we're just gonna continue from here and out. Day 2, it is the morning time. Oh, do I click? Uh-oh. Oh, I think the game crashed on me. Uh-oh, that's really bad. Hello again. So what it is that I tried restarting the game. Let me see what I can do here. So we're gonna hit continue. Of course, a light in the dark. Day 2. Silence girl. Let's continue, shall we? Alright, day 2 morning. Yep, I know that. Okay, so cold. Oh, my note updated. I didn't feel any better after sleeping. Instead, I felt even more tired. I was hoping to find a chance to escape when she fell asleep. However, time passed and she didn't show any sign of closing her eyes. I couldn't help but fall asleep first. The last thing I saw was her lighting another cigarette. My body must be really exhausted if I could fall asleep like that. Oh, this is the young girl. This is the girl that I want to know. Okay, dazed, I opened my eyes and saw an unfamiliar face right before me. Ah. Oh, whoa. Ooh, she shook me. She shooketh me. I jumped back reflexively, trying to shield my chest with my hands. My tied up hands reminded me once more of my kidnapped status. Regardless, I was shocked by this new face. Oh, they're probably like sisters or something. I stared at the new girl before me. First impressions were her beautiful eyes, clear and light brown like amber. Wait, I wonder how old am I? I'm probably like a young adult though, because first of all, I live by myself. But then again, that's like how every anime is. Okay, enough questions. The thick coat and the dark red sweater she wore looked pretty old. Her small body suggested she might be in junior high and clearly shouldn't be here. She's part of the kidnapping. Oh, yep, it's her turn. I didn't know who she was, but easily noticed the knife in her hand. She stared straight at me, but didn't seem to want to say anything, which emitted an inexplicable pressure. Who are you? Says I. I tried to ask her, but she refused to answer and shook her head. With pressed lips, she watched my every move. I couldn't find the kidnapper around. There were only the two of us in the room. In other words, a good chance to escape. No, both of these are bad. I would even try talking to her because she's, probably like a perpetrator in that. Can you untie the rope for me? Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna pop in my face, dude. Oh, head shaking. Okay, she's probably like a little girl. Uh, so she probably doesn't know anything or won't do anything. Seeing she had no intention to help, I tried to untie it myself. Her expression vividly changed upon noticing my attempt. Oh, yep, yeah, yep. Oh, she's in my face. Don't, don't move. As expected. Yep, I expected that. I was just surprised I didn't see it beforehand. Only another victim or the accomplice would be here. If she wasn't tied up, instead held a knife, then she must be my guard. The quiet girl and the antisocial girl. What a bizarre combo. If this was a plot in a movie, it would easily trigger a backlash from viewees or viewers. It appeared reality could be more ridiculous than fiction. I breathed out and couldn't help but laugh out loud from the stress. Oh, that's a bad idea. I had no idea why they would pick her as a partner. I could defeat someone of her size even if she held a knife. Assuming she was alone, is there anyone else here? There would be no progress if I didn't strike a conversation. I decided to speak proactively after giving it some thoughts. Dot dot dot. She stared at me tightly with no response, making one wonder if she understood. You were asked to guard me, right? Still, no response. Can you untie the rope for me? My arms are getting number if it stayed like this. Nope, she shakes her head. She shook her head, finally speaking after being silent for a while. Big Sis told me not to listen to you. Yup, I knew it. They gotta be sisters, dude. At first I thought they were like the same person, but I'm like a younger her and older, but no, sisters. Okay, that's pretty. I suspected that. Her voice was light and quiet, like a smoke in the air. I finally heard her speak, yet it was frustrating to hear something so pointless. Oh, yeah, might as well ask them. 'Cause I'm not gonna. That's kind of a not a good thing to say. Who is this big sis? Is she the one with long hair that kidnapped me? Da da da. Where is she? I need to talk to her. Da da da. After continuously asking a few questions, I got not one answer. Perhaps I was asking them too eagerly, and that made her cautious. She looked at me suspiciously, but refused to say anything. I told myself to hang in there. I have to stay calm in these situations. I took a deep breath to suppress my unease. I tried to smile to lighten up the mood. Do you have anything to eat? Don't tell me your sister doesn't allow that too. I had no strength with an empty stomach. I didn't eat anything since yesterday, and my stamina depleted faster under this cold weather. I had to save my energy for my chance. This was a war of attrition. Either she let me go, or I give up first. Answering with her actions, she put a bowl on the ground, grabbed the water bottle with difficulty, and carefully poured some water into it. Here. She handed me the bowl, and then brought me a pack of cookies. Oh, I get cookies now, not just water. Worrying I might escape, she never moved her gaze away from me. The hand grasping the knife never loosened up. Observing her action quietly, I hoped to read her thoughts, but couldn't tell anything except stress. Dot, dot, dot. I drank the water with much effort, spilling quite some on my clothes due to my tied up hands. My clothes were wet again after finally getting dry too. The hard cookies tasted only of flour and nothing else. Even with water, they were hard to swallow. I knew it was not the time to be picky. I had to cherish my opportunity to replenish my strength. Now that I think about it, uh, I feel like this is like an apartment complex, maybe like an abandoned the apartment complex, and this is probably like their home. That's why they stayed here for like a long time. Like they probably like stayed here for a long time, so they probably kidnapped me and just brought me here, brought the character here. Noticing her conflicting gaze, I asked, "What? Big Sis is not a bad person. She will let you go when she gets the money. So please don't move. I will cooperate. This, I will collaborate or cooperate, at least for now." I didn't finish the full sentence, but she already looked happy and clearly dropped her guard a little. Organizing the information I could gather, I started to plan my next steps. Would the teacher notice something was wrong if I hadn't gone to cram school for 2 days? Unlikely considering how often I skipped it. Wow! Boy! That's the one thing you don't ever want to do, dude. Even though I'm not one to talk. Unless it unless it lasted long enough, but even in the worst case scenario, they would only contact my parents instead of the police. I started to regret not having more friends who would notice me being missing. Expecting her to let me go upon getting the ransom. Would it really be this easy? Remembering that vague smile, I didn't feel much assurance. The girl was squatting next to the wall and stared at me while hugging her legs. There was no curiosity in her eyes, as though interest nothing interested her here. She was just guarding this place, following someone's direction. Big sis, huh? Considering their relationship, it was unlikely she planned the kidnapping. She was most likely just an accomplice following orders. Unlike some stereotypical bad girls who smoke or dye their hair. Wow, broski. She looked like a well-behaved but shy kid. At least, if I didn't meet her in this situation. So, who was planning all of this? Somehow I felt things weren't as simple as it seemed. There were too many points of suspicion if they were the ones planning this. Even carrying me here would be problematic for them. Also, the person she was contacting also concerned me. Hey. Oh, hi. Oh, wide eyes. I called out to catch her attention and tried to start a conversation. She was younger than the kidnapper yesterday and with much less enmity. There might be a chance to convince her. How did you get my information? No response. You are a student, right? Do you know what you are doing? She stared at me with no change of expression. I wasn't sure if she heard me. This might be even more troublesome than the other one. I could at least guess my kidnapper's thoughts if there was some sort of conversation. I was only wasting my time here if this kept going. I don't know what she told you, but this is a kidnapping. She looks all surprised. I tried to sound more threatening to make her talk. There would be punishment even if you are underage, and that would involve your family too. Do you know that? They're just using you. They might blame this all on you later. Big sis would not do that. Oh crap, the music stopped. She abruptly interrupted me. How can you be sure? Oh, yep, scary music. Cue the dark music. Just because she was kind to you, do you think she would still on your side by then? Finally making her talk, I try to push forward. Has she told you her plan after getting the money? Do you really know her? Oh, yep, and she grabs a hold on to me. Big sis would not do such a thing. You don't know anything about her. She interrupted me loudly and stood up all of a sudden, her little body shaking. I didn't expect such a big reaction. Perhaps her relationship with her big sis is closer than I thought. Okay, yeah, the music's pretty loud. Of course, I don't know your big sis. I stopped for a few seconds and stared at her coldly. All I know is that she is a kidnapper, and that's all that matters. Liar! You don't know why, big sis. She raised the knife and yelled at me in her chest, heaving up and down, but swallowed the word before the key part. Why what? Big sis is just facing my questions. She lowered the knife. Worrying she might get too triggered really hard, I decided to change subject despite her desire. Anyways, I don't get it, but you better give us some thought. Napoleon ended the conversation, leaving her staring at me. No matter how much faith one had in others, no one would stay still after hearing the words. I wasn't sure how effective that was. I could only wait to see. Oh, that was a perfect cue off. Music stop. Hold on. I'm gonna probably lower it because it's killing my ears. It's not like that. Not able to retort, she depressingly squatted next to the wall and mumbled to herself with her head in her arms. Seeing her almost about to cry made me feel a little uncomfortable, but I would do anything as long as I could get out of here. Besides, they were the ones at fault here. There should be no sense of guilt involved, even if I hurt them a little. Dang, broski. Good cop just turned bad cop. Yo, she's crazy though, I have to admit that. Okay. Oh, yep, this is my, yeah, free time, basically. Let's try to strike a conversation with her. Yo, I'm so Scared, dude. I have the observe option. But apparently my character wants to talk to her. Young girl. That's so cool. How long have you known Big Sis? Their whole life. Why me? Why me? What do you mean? There are many rich people out there to kidnap. Why me in particular? Wouldn't a little kid be an easier target? I still didn't know why they picked me. If I could figure that out, maybe I could guess the culprit's identity. I don't know. Big Sis just asked me to guard you. I'm not mock her, dude. That's so bad. She got a knife, dude. I ain't trying to get stabbed. So this was all planned by that Big Sis. No, it was... It was Mr. Ken! She tried to defend her Big Sis, but shut up immediately upon realizing she shouldn't say anything anymore. Ho ho ho! Mr. Ken. There was no familiarity with that name. Did they really pick a target at random? Or was there another culprit, and that guy was their only point of contact? Oh, that Mr. Ken you mentioned. Oh crap, no, she's close! I don't know. I tried to check her, but failed. Hanging her head, she answered unhappily. Her voice was as cold as her gaze. Oh, there's a lot of dust in here. All these dust. What if I observe? I want to try this option. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, yeah. What's the point of me observing? Oh, yeah, I can observe stuff for days, dude. Maybe I should. But I can't really do anything, though. My backpack, I have no weapons, a chair. It's just gonna give me, like, boring expressions. Like, I remember the table is like, oh, it is just a table. From, a couple days ago. Yeah, sorry, it's been that long. I don't even know what is right, dude. Of course, I know it's still morning. I don't remember if I went in there, dude. It is a wooden wardrobe closet of a certain age with a nasty, moldy smell. The ravages of time really messed up the door, as though one kick would totally shatter it. So if I basically, if I even choose to hide in there, it probably wouldn't work out. Oh, I wonder if observe will do anything though. Remaining. Oh no! Yep, it does. Crap. So I have one more. A closer look reveals that the clock is not even moving. The hand points at 5:44. So all my time estimates are pointless now. Who knows how much time has passed? Even though I don't know the time, at least I am not misguided by the wrong information. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I don't want to waste my time observing more stuff. I don't even know what my stamina is. Young girl, have you noticed? It's so cold. Who are you? I might as well ask that. Who are you? Dot dot dot. She silently looked at me, showing no desire to talk. Are you a student? I don't go to school. She shook her head, still not really wanting to talk to me. Oh, yep, she closed again. Hi. I looked at her. She must be underage with such thin arms and a slender body. Do your parents know about this? Do they allow you to do such a thing? Dot dot dot. She pressed her lips and shook her head, feeling the mood was too heavy. I decided to talk to her a little later. I don't think their parents is around, considering they're doing this kind of thing. Oh no, sorry. No, Siri, please don't bother me. Yeah, my Siri activated it. Anyways, dot dot dot. The prison life was surprisingly boring. You couldn't do anything with tied hands, and the only person you could talk to was as silent as a rock as she sat in a corner of the room. There was no phone, no TV, no internet. The usually insufficient 24 hours now felt way too lengthy. Yet she didn't look one bit bored, flipping through a book from God knows where. She observed my movements from time to time. I ate the same cracker for breakfast and lunch. I also went to the bathroom once, hoping to find a chance to escape. She stood outside with a knife when I was in there. Neither rushing me or leaving, finding nothing useful there. I had to leave without much more ado. Don't you eat anything more normal, or do you just love crackers? She ate the same thing as me. That sort of cheap cookie was tasteless no matter how long you chewed, only making your mouth dry. Unless you won a year's worth of it from a lottery, there really was no reason to keep eating this. I started the conversation out of boredom. She raised her head thoughtfully. This is very cheap and lasts long. Aren't you worried about malnutrition? There was nothing but starch, left alone fiber or vitamin. Pretty ironic for something with the pretty name Nutrition Biscuit. Oh, showing no concern about balancing her diet, she didn't even raise her head. She replied nonchalantly. Hanging out with her this whole morning, she didn't give any sort of proper response except when it was about her big sis. Pretty incredible, I would say. Strangely, it was not like she cared about this big sis that much, more like she just didn't care about anything else. Did you figure something out with my dad? No idea. Her answer, without a second thought, didn't appear to be a lie. However, it did trigger my curiosity if she didn't even care about the status of the ransom. No matter who you are, you must care about something, whether it is family, work, or even a dream. Yet she did none of that. There wasn't even some sort of enmity against me, only caution at most. Focus on wrestling. Let's rest. Rather than fulfilling pointless curiosity, I should rest and replenish my strength. Oh, yep. Yeah, I lost some stamina. Day 2, morning, now it is noon. Is Big Sis back? Within the silence, the sudden vibration of the cell phone sounded extra sharp. Unlike yesterday, the girl picked up the phone immediately. Hello? Maybe being asked about me, the girl glanced at me when answering the call. Yes, it's alright. I had no idea what the conversation was and could only guess from her words. Okay, okay. It was the kidnapper from yesterday. Dude, where would she be if she needed a call to confirm my situation? Did she already contact someone to get the ransom? Or do they have other bases of operation? He is next to me. Alright. The girl handed me the phone. I raised my tight hands and then shrugged helplessly. She hesitated a little, then put the phone next to my ear. If with this distance, maybe I could bump into her with the element of surprise. I could probably still overwhelm her even with my limbs tied. Before making up my mind, I heard a voice from the phone. Hello? The cold voice sounded a little different from the phone. The noisy background seemed to be from somewhere outside, maybe a restaurant or a karaoke place. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. I see, you are still kicking. Sorry to disappoint. She didn't seem pleased with my greeting. Maybe she was expecting me to get all panicked and shiver into the corner of a wall. The more she wanted to see me in fear, the more I wanted to act indifferently. It was not really any sort of strategy, just some pointless showing of resistance. You should know by now, but I will repeat this again. Don't try to run, don't ask questions. I am watching you, and if anything happens... She paused, then left a threat. Even if I agree to return you, I am not breaking the deal if you are missing an arm or a leg. Got it, got it. I didn't even need to guess what she wanted to say. Lose an arm or leg, throw me off a cliff, blah blah blah. Hell, even agreeing to returning me alive was already saintly of her. Most wouldn't even intend to keep the hostage alive. Hostages usually get silenced after the kidnapper gets the money and are ready to run. I didn't plan to believe her words from the beginning. If I played too nice, I might get killed without knowing how. Is my dad paying? None of your business. Just worry about yourself. But BS. Why would I ask about that if not out of concern of my own safety? I wanted to ask more, but she got stopped immediately. I am heading back now, so stay put. That's all. Hey, wait! Before I could say anything, Shing hung up. Hanging up right after she said whatever she wanted it. What a woman. Hearing the empty sounds of a disconnected call, I knew being mad would make no difference. What did Big Sis say? She approached me once the call ended and asked me worriedly. Within the short period of time, I wondered what to say. There's no point in lying to her, honestly. She told me to stay put, and she would be home soon. Oh, not showing any emotion, she simply took away the phone and sat back down in the corner. I remember how the big sis sat next to the window smoking, seemingly lost in her thoughts and impatience. In contrast, the girl was way too quiet, holding her legs like a kitten waiting for its master to come home. How much did she really know about the kidnapping? She didn't even know me nor what to do. Her big sis asked her to guard me, so she guarded. Her big sis asked her not to talk to me, so she didn't talk to me. Whether it was about the outcome or the reward, She was clueless and didn't care. She just had faith in her big sis. Dot dot dot. Such blind trust was not far from stupidity. I almost felt bad for her. Time felt much longer when you were waiting. I even sighed in relief when I heard the sound. The sound of a motorcycle engine turning off somewhere in the distance could be heard. The approaching footsteps echoed through the staircase, empty, but with a certain rhythm. There was no elevator. Was this an apartment? Or some privately owned house? I could only hear one person's steps, so there was no one coming back with her. I am back. The one who walked in was the same girl from the day before, aka the big sis. Same overcoat as yesterday, and her expression didn't change either. Welcome home. Dot dot dot. Not sure what I had in mind, she suspiciously looked at me and handed the plastic bag in her hand to the other girl. Bento. Eat it while it's still hot. Big sis. The younger girl whispered something into her ear. I couldn't tell the context from this difference. The girl nodded, staring dead straight at me. Oh, she's gonna kill me. Oh no. Once the girl finished, she moved towards me with the knife. She tried to check the rope, even pulling it a few times to make sure it was tight enough. I told you I did nothing. If I can get out of this, do you think I would still stay here? Quiet. Ask her then. She threw the other girl a questioning glance, which was answered by a silent nod. Her head wasn't even turned. It seemed like the bento was much more attractive than the situation here. Tisk. She snorted unhappily, but couldn't find a reason to act up. She then just started to laugh scornfully. Whatever. I doubt you have the balls to try anything. You have the rich daddy and mommy arranging everything for you from school to job. You probably even have a housemaid that cleans for you. You can't do on your own, can you? Here we go again. This ridiculous enmity was not just aimed at me, but anyone with a better life than her. What was the point hating all these people? Would it change anything about her life? Wouldn't it be more practical if she tried to change something instead of all this hate? Where did you go? She probably would only be more pissed off if this continued, so I decided to change subject to avoid trouble. Why do I need to inform you? Not cutting me any slack, she raised her eyebrow provocatively. I sighed helplessly. This was really going nowhere if she kept up with this attitude. You start eating. Don't mind me. Only after she spoke, I noticed the young girl didn't move her chopsticks despite having the bento open, as though waiting for her big sis to start the meal together. I had dinner already. You don't need to leave me anything. She softened the expression in her eyebrows and gently patted the young girl's head. There was even a smile on her face. The young girl nodded obediently. Even an outsider like me could tell how close they are. If anything, I wouldn't even believe she still had such an expression in her. More questions appeared in my mind, seeing their interaction. With such familiarity, what was their relationship? Dot dot dot. No updated. The sound of water flowing in the bathroom reminded me I hadn't taken a shower in 2 days. It still felt uncomfortable, even though I barely moved or sweated. I was willing to give up half of my worldly possessions for a hot shower and pay with my future income for a cup of cocoa as a bonus. The young girl was clearly starved and was quietly and happily eating the rice. She didn't even pay attention to me. Her figure looked extra weak and small from here. I still couldn't believe she could be a kidnapper. What kind of family would allow her to do such a thing? Whatever. Considering my own family, I had no right to criticize others. Phew. The girl left the bathroom holding her hair. She only washed her face since there was no hot water. The light shined on her face, rendering the pale color a little more rosy. Yet the face was still cold as ice. What are you looking at? She sensitively noticed my gaze and asked me with eyebrow raised. Nothing. Was just thinking I hadn't taken a shower in a while. Oh, yes. Nothing. Was just thinking about how pretty you are. I admit it. Anyways, you think this is some fancy hotel, rich boy? I would have called the front desk with this level of accommodations. You keep talking. I dare you. Never mind. She snorted with contempt, then walked to the window to lightly shake the younger girl's shoulder. The young girl had finished the bento and was falling asleep next to the wall despite her best effort to stay awake. Go to the bed to sleep. You will catch a cold like this. She nodded sleepily and climbed into bed obediently, not caring at all about the dust on top. She grabbed the bed sheet and lay low. Maybe she was really tired. It didn't take long for her to completely fall asleep, leaving only the sound of steady breathing and the... Wait, did that get cut off? Yeah, that got cut off. And the what? Fireplace. Anyways, the girl walked to the window, opened her bento, quietly started to eat. Nothing for me? Tormented by the scent of the food, I couldn't help myself and ask. Oh yeah, she's gonna she's gonna kick my booty. You can just eat the cookies. How about just a cup of coffee? I have money in the purse. Rather than a hot dinner, I prefer some hot coffee to relax my nerve. You done yet? Sigh. I had to learn protesting wouldn't help, and now the headache was even more unbearable without coffee. She looked troubled and was just absent-mindedly eating. She kept poking the chicken drumstick as if it were some sort of meaningless release of tension. Please stop playing with your food. Even if you are not in the mood, I'll take it if you have no appetite. Hunger plus anger drove me to give that suggestion. I doubt doing that will solve your problem. Nevertheless, I noticed her darkened mood and decided to keep my mouth shut. Piecing all the clues together along with the reaction, I can only come up with one conclusion. Wait, what? No, no, you can't just leave me hanging. There's no text, bro. ... Wait, is it purposely like that? You couldn't reach my dad? How did... You trying to trick me? Realizing she slipped without thinking, her face instantly darkened. I didn't mean anything. I just thought... Fearing she might lose her temper, I immediately tried to pass on the responsibility. However, she suddenly stood up. Are you looking down on me? Finding me easy to fool? She bit her lips, staring at me with much hatred, voice colder than ever. Not at all. I am just randomly guessing. There must be something wrong, and I doubt the police has found out about this so too. Look, oh, she's gonna gut me. Oh, yep, I'm dead. GG. Her reaction far surpassed my expectation. I tried to explain myself, but that didn't stop her walking towards me. She walked closer and closer with a knife, with eyes flashing with madness. Oh, they're both crazy, dude. Both of the sisters. Was she really going to do this? Now I was really fearing for my life for the first time ever. She looked like a cornered animal that would try anything in desperation. Might as well not. Before she got the money, she wouldn't kill me. If resistance was futile, I decided to close my eyes and grit my teeth, hoping she would not really do it. I smelled a faint scent and felt her hair on my cheek and her rapid breathing. What's that smell? Unbelievably, at this moment of life or death, I was thinking about something this insignificant. Against the skin was a cold sensation. The blade was right before my chest. A simple push would bury it deep into the flesh. I opened my eyes and saw the look of ice right before me. Don't lie to me. The voice next to my ear was light, but clear. I will say it one more time. Don't lie to me. If you look down on me, you will regret it. Her voice was steady, but not the knife in her hand. She didn't clarify how she would do it, nor ask for my confirmation. Yet this threat was more powerful than anything prior. All my words got stuck in my throat. My body was paralyzed, to the point that I couldn't even blink. She meant it. I could read the emotion in her eyes. That was pure murderous intent. No question about it. She would do it if I did it again. I am done with folks like you. Don't think I won't do it. Worst case scenario, I would just die with you. No biggie for someone like me. She finished her sentence, then moved the knife away and walked back to the window. Dot, dot, dot. I just lay there on the ground motionlessly. My tense body was still trembling. Only till then I confirmed something. They could end me any time. The notion of her not touching me before getting the money or having some backup plan meant nothing to them. At this point, she had nothing to lose. Sigh. I took a deep breath while facing the window. That's how I calmed myself down since childhood. What I needed to do stayed the same. But this was no visual novel, but the cruel reality. Oh, wow. Seriously, bro. Day 2, night. The desk lamp drew a long shadow from her, which as occurred still creeped me out a little. However, since she hadn't contacted my family, there was still a chance. I breathed in deeply, gathered the courage, and talked to her. I have a proposal. Dot dot dot. She just looked at the window motionlessly, showing no interest in my question. Let me go now, and all my money is yours. It might not be much, about 70,000 to 80,000 in NTD. Sorry, I don't know what currency is that. I'm from the US, so it's dollars to me, but I won't go by dollars. In total, and I swear I will tell no one. Knowing she must be listening, I kept going on my own, even without a response. You can guard me all the way to the ATM if you want to, or do it in any manner you prefer. You want to keep this down, right? Is this all necessary? I put in my last bit of strength to convince her. Considering her position, I tried to propose something that would be mutually beneficial. I believed no one would risk his or her own life until there was no other choice. Now it's still not too late. Think about it. Dot, 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 dot. Though it was so long, I thought there was no response, but she finally turned her head. There was no rage in her eyes, only exhaustion. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe that you'll hand me the money and never call the cops? I I couldn't answer out of hesitation. It was hard to create a situation where both sides can trust each other at the first place. I wouldn't agree to such terms if the roles was reversed. I would be the one in control once I got my freedom. She wouldn't be able to do anything to stop me from calling the cops. No answer? Then shut up and stop wasting my time. Rather than handing her fate to me, she rather believed in herself. All my gathered confidence grew fainter and fainter, and I was temporarily out of ideas. But if this kept going, then what can I do to win your trust? I asked with the last of my courage, matching her stare. I could see the fragility under that cold look. She grew silent and started to ponder my question. Then a bitter smile appeared on her face. I don't know. Dot, dot, dot. She turned to the window and quietly seated again. I don't know. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. What can I observe? I wonder if I wonder if any of these changes though, dude. Oh, this is. Oh, I can't examine that. Okay, let's examine the light. A strange-looking lamp that doesn't even have a lampshade. I don't know what era it might have been made during. Can I toss it like a weapon? I have to untie myself first, though. I don't think I can do anything else. That's just the bento. That's just the chair. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. Chat, older girl, how much does she know about the kidnapping? What's your relationship? What's your relationship status? Oh yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, that's well, I am kidnapped. You gotta grow up, bro. Anyways, what do you want? Like I said, this is pretty obvious. They want the money. Do you really think you can get out of this unscathed? Okay, yeah, this is a threat, dude. This is so bad. Um, yeah, YOLO. What is your relationship status? They interacted like siblings, yet the ages weren't even close. I am not in the mood to chat. You better stay quiet too. Stay quiet. Might as well. Oh, I shut up after hearing displeasure in her voice. After what just happened, I had no nerve to make her mad again. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. Hey, well, what else can I say? The mood is heavy, like it says. So I'll probably rest last, so I can just get my stamina full. But legit though, I think there's like literally nothing I can do. 'Cause I don't know if it's. I don't want to risk it, cause risk the actions though. I'll just examine the bento. I can probably use the chopsticks to poke out their eyes. I can't use the bento box and chopstick as a weapon. They only make me feel even more hungry. That's it? Okay, whatever. Let's just rest. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. Rest. I feel fine. After I rest, I should ask for more information. It was getting late, and I still couldn't find a way to change the situation. Instead of escaping or waiting for the ransom, the safest option was to convince her to let me go. Things could still get resolved without anything happening. It would not be this easy once the police got involved, though. But how? Even though I could tell she had hesitation, I couldn't win her trust. So I had to win her trust first? Oh, that's scary. I thought there was like a fly in my ear or something. The sudden vibration broke the silence. She looked at the phone screen, then jolted a little as though getting electrocuted. She lowered her eyes and read the message. She raised the corner of her mouth, but didn't appear to be that happy. What? Oh, that's me. I mean, what? I had a bad feeling and instantly asked. There will be a call in 10 minutes. Tell your dad to pay up if you want to go home. The unexpected change of events instantly froze my blood. This was way too soon. I was naive to think I still had time to convince her. The moment she reached my family, there was no turning back. The police would start taking action, the family preparing the ransom and the culprit preparing the escape. What now? What now? I quickly went through all the possibilities in my mind, but couldn't come up with a solution. I must not I must not stop thinking. There must be a way. Time passed second by second, and I had no time to hesitate. You just want money, right? Is there really no other way? Out of options, I gave my all and just yelled at her. Not giving her a chance to contemplate, I continued after a quick break. Let me go, and you can have all the money and proof of my silence and all this. Think about it. You really think you can get the money this easily? Are you okay with playing hide and seek for the rest of your life? If it. I couldn't finish my words. Seeing her expression, I realized that was it. Under the nightlight, she looked almost like a dream, too empty and transparent to be touched. That smile couldn't hide her helplessness, and those eyes were filled with regret. Silence and immense sadness. There was no turning back. Her voice was surprisingly calm. There was no anger or accusation, only concession in that expression. She surrendered to her hopeless life. Nothing was more convincing than that expression. So even she could make such an expression of hopelessness. There has been no turning back since a long time ago. The phone vibrated again. Oh, she's so pretty though. Seeing her pick up the phone, I couldn't say anything. Dot, dot, dot. I should have known. The moment the phone rang, nay, from the very beginning, she had no other choice but this. Dot, dot, dot. Under the serene moonlight, the cogwheels started to spin faster. Ooh, end of day 3, end of day 2. Oh, it's in the beginning. Oh, I think this is the trailer. Yeah, I already seen the trailer, but okay, I'll be quiet. Wait, yeah, I don't remember seeing this at all. Oh yeah, that was in the trailer. I guess that was just a little animation. That was nice though. Oh yeah, coming soon. Yeah, it's been out for like a long time. We never got a chance to choose. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty interesting visual novel. So this is A Light in the Dark. This is just a demo. I guess after day 2, uh, I think the demo just lasts until day 2, the end of day 2. This is actually pretty interesting. I might consider about buying it. I like the interactions between the two characters. So of course you play as this dude right here, this rich dude, still has his fancy clothing. So there's the elder girl, big sis, young sis, and it's pretty interesting to see. Yeah, just interact with these characters, get to know them, get to know what's in their mind. Uh, I remember, like I said, I watched the trailer before. It gave me a lot of mixed emotion, mixed feelings, and of course, like any other visual novels, and that's how a lot of games are nowadays too, where it's like choose your own adventure. So I'm pretty sure that there's probably like different outcomes to this visual novel, different endings. Like I know for a fact, like if you lose all your stamina, I know you probably like will, die and it'll be game over. So yeah, this is really nice. If you guys want to try it out for yourself, uh, I'll probably leave something in the descriptions. Leave something down below if you guys want to try it. I know it's on Steam. The demo is free. I don't remember how much is the original price for this visual novel is. I think it's 14.99, 15.99, around there. If you guys want to give it a shot, you guys can do so. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and have a good day. Yo, no lie, dude. I totally shit the main character with her though.